Hey guys, Donnie here at the Mara Group, eXp Realty, Memphis, Tennessee. And today we're going to talk about, is eXp Realty a pyramid scheme? We post a new video about real estate every week, so go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Let's talk real estate. All right guys, so we're going to get going. And I see this topic on Facebook and in real estate forums and everything all the time. Is eXp a real estate scheme? And I even saw somebody say that they thought teams were a pyramid scheme, which is a pretty silly notion, but I understand where people come from. In our society, we tend to act on emotion and something that maybe we decided we have a bias against or whatever. We latch on to some negative word and then we use that word and attach it to it all the time. But there is a specific definition for a pyramid scheme, and saying that a team is a pyramid scheme is the way to tell me you don't know that definition without telling me you don't know the definition of a pyramid scheme. So let's jump into it and find out what a pyramid scheme is and see if eXp is one. So first of all, pyramid scheme, let's take Bernie Madoff. He was a financial planner or what have you, and he convinced some investors to give him some money. He took their money and he stole some of it for himself to buy boats and yachts and buildings and all that fun stuff, whatever it was he owned. I don't even know what all he owned, but I understand it was like tens of millions of dollars, so it was a lot of money. Well, how do you make statements with those people so that they don't know that you stole their money, and how do you show that they had the money in? Or if they call and say, hey, I want to take my money out, how do you pay them back without getting caught? I'll tell you how. You get more investors, and then you take some of their money and you move it to this account, and then you steal a little bit more. Or a lot more in some cases. Now you have the same problem again. Now you have more investors that you've stolen more money from. Now you have more investors call and say, I want my money back. How do you pay them back? You go get more investors. And then you pay those people back. Maybe you have to pay some of these people back. And then you steal a little bit more. And then what do? Boom, you have to go get more investors. It ends up looking like a pyramid, and it's called a pyramid scheme because you're creating a pyramid with more and more and more investors in order to cover up what you stole to take care of those people, okay? Let's talk about your typical real estate company. They're all over the country, probably all over the world, whether they're your KWs, your Remaxes, your Krylikes, whatever company they are. Great companies. Lots of them are really good companies. They all had an awesome CEO that was a visionary that started a company, had big dreams, or later grew their dreams into big goals and grew their company from there. At the top is the CEO. Those people probably at some point got some franchisees, and those franchisees paid them to use their name, use their business. Those franchisees probably hired some brokers. Not all of them are exactly like this, but you get the general idea. What did those brokers do? They went out and recruited some real estate agents underneath them. A lot of people don't know this, but broker doesn't mean that they're better at selling real estate. Broker means they can supervise other real estate agents, at least in the state of Tennessee. Okay, I'm a broker. Doesn't mean I sell real estate any better. I'm awesome at it, trust me, but it's not because I got a broker's license. I was a very high producing agent before I got a broker's license. Okay, and then what happens? These people sell a house, and some of their money goes to the broker as an override. Some of it goes to the franchisee as an override. Some of it goes to the owner as an override. It looks a lot like Bernie Madoff's organization in the way it starts narrow at the top and it gets wider at the bottom and you have more and more people in a perfect world. Here's what's different though. No one's stealing anything, at least if they're being honest, unless they come up with some kind of scheme. But in general, all their money is coming from selling a service, a legitimate service that they're getting legitimate payment for. Everybody knows what they're paying, why they're paying it, and they're getting a service back for that. There's nothing fraudulent going on. Nobody's stealing anything to cover something else up. This is not a pyramid scheme. It is simply the way real estate companies are set up. And a lot of other companies, by the way. You think maybe Walgreens had a founder and maybe they have a CEO or several CEOs and vice presidents. And then maybe underneath that, they have some regional managers, probably more regional managers than there are CEOs. And probably underneath those regional managers are store managers and more of those. And then underneath those store managers, there's assistant managers. And then underneath those assistant managers, there are associates that work the Walgreens stores. Guess what? It looks exactly like a pyramid, exactly like a traditional real estate company, exactly like Bernie Madoff's company. But again, the money is coming from seller product. School system, superintendent, principals, teachers, students. It's all the same. Okay, pretty much every organization is built on some type of structure like this. So we've gone over Bernie Madoff in a real pyramid scheme. We've gone over traditional real estate companies. We've even talked a little bit about other companies here in America and around the world and how their structure kind of looks like a pyramid. Okay, doesn't make any of those, except for this one, an actual pyramid scheme. Now let's talk about what I believe to be the best real estate company in the world, eXp Realty. I'm biased, of course, because I'm at eXp Realty, but it's America. I've got the right to be biased like everybody else. So don't take that away from me. All right, here we go, y'all. So eXp, Glenn Sanford, awesome CEO, founded the company, had a little bit of a different kind of vision. What did he do? He hired some agents, some brokers, and I don't even know 100% sure how the state brokers are paid. I think they get a little bit of the broker review fee, and then we hire agents. Very similar to what every other real estate company looks like. When the agents make, these people make an override. Glenn makes an override. Everybody gets paid just like this company up here. Here's the only difference. Brokerages stop at the agent, and once you're, or at least 99% of them, and once you're there, the only thing the agent gets for doing 90% of the work is they get paid a commission. Once that commission is gone, they're gone. They can only pay so many bills. And once they run out of hours in the day, they can only make so much money. They can only sell so many houses. This guy at the top and all these people in the middle, they get paid while these people at the bottom are working, even though they may not be working. Isn't that crazy? This is what you call a business owner. They're not out there trading hours for dollars, basically. Even though we're calling it the form of a commission, we're still trading some form of hours for dollars. Nothing is being taken off of one agent, given to another agent. Nothing is being covered up. Therefore, it is absolutely not a pyramid scheme. The structure may look a lot like a pyramid, just like the structure of almost every other company looks like a pyramid. Amazing, right? But we choose to put this pyramid moniker on eXp. Why? Normally, because these companies are jealous or they don't want to lose their agents, so they have to have some kind of talking point to say, hey, don't go over there to that pyramid scheme. That's terrible. It's a pyramid scheme, and I want to charge you more commission than them, and I don't want to give you the same opportunity that they're going to give you. So I got to tell you something to try to keep you here, because if I don't tell you something, you're going to leave. That's it right there, people. And this goes 7 layers deep, and it can go as wide as you want, and any of these people off of here can go 7 layers deep, and the opportunity never stops. There's never a point where there's an agent where we say, hey, you don't have the same opportunity as the person above you. Every agent has this opportunity. When I came to eXp, I was actually going to open my own brokerage, and I chose not to because I had single dads, I had single moms, people like that on my team, and I knew, yes, I could make them successful as team members. They were successful as team members, but if I opened my own brokerage, maybe I could be the next Keller Williams or next Gary Keller or Dave Liniger at RE/MAX or whoever. And maybe I would grow an asset to be worth millions and millions of dollars for me. My agents would still be in the exact same position. I could not extend these services very easily to the agents like eXp has done. I eventually probably could, but why reinvent the wheel? Instead, I took all the savings that eXp provided me as a broker, not having to keep up with all the compliance, not having to keep up with all the earnest money. If I didn't choose to have an office, not having to pay for an office, that kind of stuff, which took a lot of the burden off of me, so I could continue to focus on helping my agents be successful. And then I was able to extend that success and give my agents the exact same opportunity to own a business that I have instead of just owning a job. If you're here, if you quit selling real estate ever in your life, the income stops. You're not a business owner, you own a job. And that's okay, that's awesome. You're self-employed, you own a job, that's cool. Here, you have the ability that you can stop working and you're still getting an override, just like the person at the top can stop working and he's still getting an override also. So I hope that helps clear it up some for you. Absolutely not a pyramid scheme, but people love to throw that term around. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. You know I'll always get back to you. You can always reach out to me directly. Also, find my details in the description. I'll see you next week.